The average return rate on Amazon is between 3 and 5%. And I've heard it can go as high as 20% for certain clothing products. Right now it's the end of January, and I have been getting so many return notifications during this month. Sure, we had a good December and did about 65,000 in sales, but I am still really concerned because I am getting so many of them. So I went through and did an analysis of my best-selling products so I can tell you exactly how much returns are costing me. When I get a return, it costs me $5.60. I can even tell you how much it costs me as a percentage of revenue every month so you can plan out your next product and know how much they cost. So the most scary part about returns isn't the long return window because it's typically 30 days, and during the holidays, that is pretty much as long as they want. And for certain products like baby products, you have 3 months to return baby products. That is a little ridiculous. No, the scariest part is that the customers often don't pay return shipping, which means either sellers are footing that bill or Amazon is. Okay, because there's a long list of reasons why a customer can return a product, and they have to select one. The first one is they simply don't want it anymore, in which case the customers do have to pay some return shipping. In my experience, that's about $5. But if you take a look at the other reasons on the list, most of them, the customer doesn't have to pay anything to return the product. Reasons like the product arrived late, or it was missing something, or it didn't match the description on the website, which poses a problem. What happens if you have a ton of unethical customers and they lie to get free shipping? Sure, having 1 or 2 customers say your product was returned, your product arrived broken, isn't a big deal. But if you have 30 customers do this and it becomes a consistent thing, Amazon will shut down your listing. Now, the good news is that everything is relative. So Amazon is basing your return rate and all of your complaints compared to the rate of your competitors. And there's no reason why you are going to have more unethical customers than any of the other competitors in your space. So of all the time I've been in this space, I've never heard of people getting their listings or accounts suspended because of fake customer complaints, except for 2 situations that cost 7-figure sellers their entire accounts, all because of the same exact thing. See, Amazon is very protective of the safety of their customers. And in both of these situations, they were both selling supplements, and they had customers complain that those supplements arrived opened. And after a couple of those complaints, Amazon shut down their accounts and they had to go through a long process to get them fixed. So I've never heard of fake returns causing problems with your account except in these 2 situations, which is just another reason why I don't think you should ever sell supplements. Besides that, and the probably dozen people I know who have lost money in supplements because it is extremely competitive and near impossible to innovate and differentiate your product. So let's get to the actual costs that are incurred when you get a return. The good news is that Amazon does pay for the return shipping even when the customer doesn't. So we don't get footed for that bill. But that's about where Amazon paying for stuff ends. Let's start with the Amazon fees. So we take a look here at my typical sale of my best-selling product, the one we'll be breaking down. You can see here in blue, this is what we lose when a product gets returned, starting with the FBA fees. Okay, Amazon's not going to return this fee to you, period. It's gone. This is the fee that you pay Amazon to ship your product out to the end customer. You're never getting it back. So already I'm out of this $3.45. Well, the good news is that they do return to you this 15% referral fee, which in this case is $2.25. So they don't gyp you there, but we're already out $3.50 and we barely started. We've now got to account for products that are damaged by the customer and can't be resold. Because as soon as Amazon gets a product shipped back to them as a return, they're going to open it up and analyze it and determine if this product is resellable. If it is, and this only happens 20% of the time, they're just going to put the product right back onto their shelves, and it's available to be purchased for the next customer. But with this other 80% of the time, something's damaged with the product. Usually it's just the packaging, but they're going to put that into your unfulfillable inventory, and you only have two options from there. The first option is that you have the product removed and sent back to you. Amazon will charge you 50 cents a unit to do this, and you can just have it done automatically every 2 weeks. When you get the product back to you, from my experience, about 70% of the time, the product arrives in resellable condition. It just usually needs new packaging. So you could simply take the product, put it in said packaging, and then ship it back into Amazon, and that'll probably cost you 50 cents a unit to ship it back in, likely less. So at that point, you'll just be out $1 for shipping it to and from you, and then whatever packaging costs plus your time. Now, that is a good solution if your product costs a lot, but that's not what I do. I pay Amazon 15 cents a unit to simply dispose of the product. Whether they throw it away or recycle it, I have the zero clue, but I never see those products again, because if we take a look at this particular product, hey, I only pay $2 per unit for this thing. That includes shipping it, tariffs, customs, all that stuff is included in this $2. So it doesn't make any sense for me to pay 50 cents a unit and then have to put my labor or somebody else's labor into repackaging it. I just don't do it. And my most expensive product costs less than $5 a unit, so I just do not do it. Plus, I hate having to deal with this kind of stuff, so I, again, pay money to not have to deal with it. So now I've shown you how I've lost $5.60 per unit, but let's break it down and actually show you per month what the trends are. So I've taken data here from the months of September, October, and also December, because I want to compare how Christmas sales and returns look. Do gifts get returned at a much higher rate than normal, or is it pretty comparable? And this return column, this is the stuff that got returned in the next month, not the one we're looking at. That way I can compare, when we look at December, what was purchased in December versus what got returned in the following month. Let's take a look at this data that took me an hour and a half to collect and what we can learn from it. Starting with the percent of returns Amazon gets that are unsellable, and therefore they dispose of them. If you look at the months, it averages about 80%. It looks a little bit different because this y-axis here starts at 66% and goes to 86, not at 0. Now, if we take a look at my overall return rate for each month, remember I said the average return rate was 3 to 5% on Amazon, and this product's fitting right into that level. That really, I'd say the average is probably about 3.5, and I'm kind of surprised here. I expected December to be higher, probably because I'm just seeing so many damn notifications. I'm not kidding. I was worried about my profitability, but it's not. December gifts get returned at the same rate as throughout the rest of the year. If we took a look at my total cost of returns, okay, my total cost a little over $100 each month for a normal month. And in December, it was way higher. But again, we sold like $40,000 worth of this product. So what's to be worried about? Because this graph right here is what is the most important, okay? My return cost as a percentage of my total revenue, in which case I spend about 1% of my total revenue in lost money due to returns. So if you sell $10,000 in a month of a product, that means if your data looks like this, you're only going to lose $100 in returns. I will take 1% any day of the week. Now your cost could be a lot higher than this if you have a product with a very high FBA fee or a higher return rate, but it could also be lower if you actually pull your inventory out of Amazon that's unfulfillable and repackage it and send it back in. Now, if you really like case studies like this, I have so many of these wrapped up inside my 12-hour Amazon FBA course. It's got the step-by-step instructions, but also has the focus on product innovation, development, and market testing, so you're not just launching a Me Too product. Now, I'm calling this out now because in the last month, I've talked to tons of you, and probably a dozen of you didn't even know that I had a course. So you ended up buying another guru's course, and at least half of you told me that you were not satisfied with that purchase, which doesn't surprise me. I think I'm the only one teaching the product development and innovation, at least on this level. So if you guys want to talk to me about the course or anything else, The link to my Facebook and Instagram is always at the bottom of the video description. Reach out to me there and let's talk.